Fight on, family. What's up,
Yes.
y'all, man? We back.
Welcome back.
Paradise here with my man Paulie Wanda.
What's up, everybody? I love it.
Another fantastic Saturday in fall, November 1st. Man, time is flying, brother. We're in November. Thanksgiving, Halloween just passes. You see my pumpkin next to me. We're headed into Thanksgiving. Then we're gonna have Christmas, man. Then we're gonna have New Year's. Hopefully the Trojans are still playing football. Cross our fingers. Hey, man, Paulie Wandas, man, how we doing? We got a big matchup today against Nebraska, brother.
This is it. From what everybody says in the USC community, everything's on the line. Our season, our coach's job, starting lineups, everything's on the line today. But you know what? For some reason, I woke up allergied out, but I was really confident that our boys are going to come out. And, everybody's talking about the weather and, and then Patrick Mahomes Jr. over there talking a little trash. I just think, I think after what happened, I think they're going to come out. They're going to play a really strong game.
Yeah. People talking about the weather. I mean, it is crazy. I was supposed to be at this game. Definitely 39 degrees right now. And, let's see what the game time temps are going to be. Yeah, game time temps will be about 42 degrees out in a fantastic Lincoln, Nebraska. So, hey, at the end of the day, brother, I got no sympathy for the boys. Because if we really like that, we go out and we kick somebody's ass today. No matter if it's 70 degrees or negative 70 degrees.
No excuses.
They got to go out and play football, bro. We're not babying our guys. So, go out, let's kick somebody's ass, big game today. Nebraska, 6-2 on the season. With that L to Minnesota and that L to Michigan. Obviously we were able to take advantage of that Michigan game, get that big win at home against them. That was a fantastic game that we both attended. How are you feeling about the team, bro? 7 games into the season right now. Obviously coming off the bye. Coming off that Notre Dame loss. We don't got to get too deep into it.
Yeah,
how do you feel about both sides of the ball, man?
Those 2 losses, man, everybody still harps on those losses, but I'm not going to lie to you. That this bye week, it was a little brutal for me, man, to get through, bro. Just hearing everyone just trying to find a replacement for our coach and then just putting all these, just like they have us, pretty much losing the game before we even get there. They're like, Hopefully we can pull it out. That's not the kind of spirit that we need, bro. I mean, I honestly feel that we're going to turn things around when it comes to defensive line. I know everybody's saying there's holes here and holes there, but talk all the trash you want. I believe in those coaches and that coaching staff. I mean, look what they've done throughout their career. You can't just toss that aside and say that these guys are just, they can't get it done. Everywhere they've been successful. And I feel that this is just a different type of environment. They had to adapt as well. I mean, coming from the pros to college, it's a huge step. And we're a young team, man. We really are. And that's what I see out there in those 2 losses. I saw these guys, even the looks on their faces, they look like young kids, dude, out there. And, some of these Notre Dame guys, man, with the triple neck, like fat in the back of their neck, and they're just like beefy, like men, and then it just, it kind of like opened my eyes and said, it made me realize, yeah, we're just a young team. We really are. But I think losses like that, help teams grow. And I've seen teams throughout history that have, struggled, they've lost a couple games during the season and, they turn it around and end up playing really good throughout the season. I think that's what we're going to do. Honestly, I think Jaden's going to play a cleaner game. I think our running game is going to be a little better. Watch out for Harry Dalton. Everybody's going to step up a little bit today.
Yeah.
We're playing pissed.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely I feel that 100%. Gosh, man, I don't know. I don't like to lament, so I'm gonna not do that. We're having a good time, man. We were out last night, Halloween. I got the mimosa going. You know what I'm saying? So we're having a fun show today. But what I will say is, it's like, yo, gosh, I wish we won that Illinois game, but I'm gonna move on past that. We lost by 10 points against Notre Dame. Hey, that's really why we're right where we should be, bro. We lost by 10 points on the road against somebody who was in the national championship game last year. Clearly could have won that game, just couldn't stop the run. I listened to some of the guys speak this week. I'm not for firing any of these coaches on the staff right now. I'm definitely not for that. What I will say is I don't understand how guys weren't I don't understand how guys were more jacked up and fired up going into the Michigan game than they were going into the Nebraska game. And that's like per players on the team. That like they were more angry going into that game and more motivated into that game. I don't really understand that. I think there may need to be a little bit more emphasis put on the significance of the USC Notre Dame rivalry. Um, Especially when we're at a place right now where I got to keep it real, man. We're getting our ass beat. Like it's not even.
Oh yeah,
It's BS, bro, and it makes my stomach hurt even thinking about it. So that's on the staff. As far as the team overall, I judge the team overall. Like a lot of people like to harp on coaches. There's some people like to harp on coaches. There's certain people that like to harp on players. Like I judge everybody as one. And I think it's possible that and I love our team, bro. I love these guys. I love these players. I got this stuff on my wall. I got this jersey on my back. I will continue to support this program for the rest of my life. I question in this bye week. I question, to be honest, if my expectations were a little too high for some of the guys on this team, and that's just reality, bro. Like maybe my expectations were a little too high. I mean, I said this team was gonna go 10-2. I'm up against the ropes with that right now.
yeah,
And some of the guys who I thought, their numbers would be at a certain place at this point in the season, they're not even halfway there. Whether it's on the defensive side of the ball, I think on the offensive side of the ball, the predictions and the expectations that I really had going into the season, everything has really come to fruition. The quarterback play, the wide receiver play. It's unfortunate because I thought the college football gods were actually going to bless us this year with the injury bug because we have been dealing with it for years and years and years. Whether it was losing, our top running backs, losing guys, and we're dealing with injuries this season. I didn't expect that to happen. So that's really been the only wrinkle in which I think we've struggled at times on the offensive side. I think the offensive line, though, has been an absolute blessing in the consistency that they've played with. Obviously, you had a bit of a rough going South Bend, but that's going to be the most talented defensive line that we're going to come up against. Even though Oregon has a guy out there on the edge and Uangale, that is a pretty elite player. So we're going to have to see him at the end of the season. But on the offensive side of the ball, I think those guys have hit all their marks. On the defensive side of the ball, I think it's been a bit of a hey, BJ, you're right.
B Jinx, yeah, you're right, man.
It has, but I'm saying right. The defensive side of the ball being to my expectations, probably BJ, probably Paulie's expectations. I'm not gonna speak for anybody, but it has been a bit of a letdown. I expected us to be a lot better on the defensive side of the ball. I expected individuals to have higher sack numbers, higher tackle for loss numbers. And when I think about it, is I did a couple takes when I was doing my preview for the Nebraska game, and I think I had a take that I didn't record, but I don't even know, bro, because it's been a crazy week. Paulie, you know what I'm dealing with. But really, when you really think about it, on the defensive side of the ball, we see the plays that Jacoby Lane makes. We see the plays that Mekhi Lemon has made with defenders being draped over him, catching those passes, catching those touchdowns, things that he's done in the open field. Just individual feats that these guys have done on the offensive side of the ball. They're doing things that that coaches can't teach. You know what I'm saying? It's God-given ability, God-given talent. Now, when you look at the defensive side of the ball, and I'm harping on the defense, I'm gonna harp on the D line, bro, because that's the reason this team is undefeated. This team could easily be undefeated. It has a talent overall, I believe, to be undefeated at this point in the season. These are my expectations, right? What real individual feats have you seen guys pop out with that and do things that can't really be taught, can't really be, coached. Haven't really seen him, man. We've seen Jakeem Stewart's get off. We've seen him fly into the backfield before, the quarterback's even able to hand the ball off. That's one. You got Bishop Fitzgerald being able to, get all his interceptions. That's another. And you got the thick six, which is an unbelievable play by Josh Jarrett against Purdue. But other than that, I mean, there hasn't really been anything on the defensive side that's been like, wow, like this is really an incredible play that this guy is making out here. And he's doing something, out of his mind that really can't be taught, really can't be coached, utilizing his God-given ability, God-given talent, man. And I just want people to pop off the tape today, man. I mean, we're 8 games in at this point, about to get 8 games in, the 8th game today. This is a big game, man. A lot of people said do or die. I put that on my preview, do or die. I mean, college football playoffs are still alive. We're in a highly competitive conference with 2 undefeated teams in Indiana and Ohio State. So who knows if they can really get to that Big Ten championship game. There's a lot of things that have to happen, right, for us to get into the playoffs. But if we lose today, that door is pretty much closed, right? And I try not to be a negative person, but realistically, it's probably closed, right? When you have a loss against Illinois, a loss against Nebraska, and a loss against Notre Dame. Do I predict that to happen today? No. I think we're going to take care of business today. I think we're the better team on both sides of the ball, man. But I got guys got to be able to make plays, man. We have to be able to stop the run. I don't know how we're going to be able to do it. We haven't seen them consistently do it, but that's just kind of where I'm at with this team, man. I need somebody to show me something. I need somebody to step up and really, do something that USC Trojans do. That's like, damn, that's an unbelievable play. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, like that is amazing. Do you see what that dude from USC did? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see that today on the road tonight in Lincoln. And yeah, it's a big game, man. Hopefully guys show up and make something happen.
Preston, I agree with all your points here. For me, not being able to this season to be able to see Jacoby and Mackay both healthy, top of their game, doing their thing. I mean, there's been inconsistency with Jacoby. He's amazing, but he's been injured, kind of in and out. And trying to find his rhythm. And then on top of that, it's like on the defensive side of the ball, I really hope we can kind of, make, really get these matchups right, because there's times I love Devin Tompkins. I love him. He's probably played his way into a 6th round, 7th round pick, probably, who knows? But there's times where, they are a lot of guys when I see him standing next to some of these offensive lines, we look a little undersized, man. And then we got all the beef on the sidelines there. So I'm hoping that some of these guys, these bigger guys, can really just say, step up, man. And it's time. So I'm with you. We're at that point now in the season where everybody needs to take a long look in the mirror and decide, what they want to do and what they want to accomplish on this team. And, I'm with you, man. But I'm really hoping, everybody, we always blame the coaches right away. And, we love the players. So don't get me wrong. These kids bust their tails. But, injuries, losing our 2 running backs, I don't think people realize how devastating that was, man. That's tough. Yeah. That is so tough to be able to lose those guys like that. But, we'll see how it goes, man. We got to step up, next man up.
It's bro. And that's what's frustrating for me. Because I said going into the season, bro, I'm 10 toes down. I said 10-2 regardless. I'm not going to scrape and reconstruct my predictions. Oh, now we're done, blah, blah. No, 10-2. Yeah. Regardless, we got our 2 top running backs down, bro. So I got to stand on that 10 toes down. And I'm just like, damn, how do we have these injuries again, bro, with the running backs? Like, it's really unfortunate. But, hey, can't complain about it. Got to keep going. And
got to keep going.
Let's talk a bit about what Nebraska's bringing to the table here. What looks better? I like that. So Nebraska on offense, right? They're gonna do a lot of RPO stuff. Dylan Raiola, coming into his sophomore year, 17 touchdowns, 6 interceptions on the season. He is also a quarterback, though, man. He has been sacked 26 times this year, right?
Man.
So when you look at the offensive line play in Nebraska, the inconsistency, the kind of confusion that those guys deal with at times. I mean, Raiola completing 72% of his passes right now, with all that going on. But you would think that our D line should be able to get to the quarterback at least a couple times today, right?
No doubt.
At least a couple times. I think it's fair to say that we should get at least 2 sacks today from our defensive line. If these guys are what I think they are, man, and are able to utilize the talent that they have. So I think that's going to be critical and really neutralizing the pass game. But before we get into that, where it starts, man. I'm gonna sound like a broken record today because it starts with the running game and Emmett Johnson. 837 yards on the season, 9 touchdowns. The guy is averaging 5.7 yards per carry.
Wow.
He's averaging 104 yards per game on the ground. So y'all know, man, everybody in this chat, everybody that watches USC football, we should all be running game experts at this time. We should all be we all know the game plan to beat the USC Trojans at this point in the season. And it's unfortunate, right? And we've only lost 2 games, but in both of those games, what happened? We could absolutely not stop the run at all. So that's going to have to be imperative, man. I talked about, like, me personally, Paulie, I'm going to say this statement, and then I want to get your response, and I'll continue to go through the offense, or you can say whatever you want. I won't be comfortable seeing 2 linebackers out there today. I think we're going to have a lot of trouble if I see 2 linebackers out there today. I want to see 3 linebackers at all time. And I don't care about the PFF numbers with us using 3 linebackers. I cannot lose this game because we cannot stop the run, bro. I'd rather lose it through the air. Like, I don't care. 8 people in the box, bro. If you got to throw 9 people in the box, I don't know how that works. Just throw 2 safeties way back. Like, I do not care, bro. I cannot lose this game because of the opposing run game.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I agree completely. Yeah, we need to do whatever it takes to stop this guy because he's the type of back that can, if we just let him do what he wants to do, he's going to kill us, man. Gosh, no, I do not want to see that. Yeah, so I'm with you. Definitely 3 at all times. At all times, man. And we need to get pressure on this quarterback. As soon as you get pressure on Raiola, he tends to make, he makes those mistakes that he always does. So we'll see how that goes, Preston. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little worried, but when it comes to that, hopefully, they come out tough and strong from the beginning and shut that down. But we'll see.
Yeah. Mike said 9 sacks, bro. I hope we got some Nebraska people in here. Jeremy Holmes, bro. Shouts out to you, man. Nebraska guy. Y'all Nebraska people, cool, man. Definitely got to stop it.
Stop the run. Hey, Preston, I gotta blow my nose, so go ahead, man.
I do. So, all right. So, and then on that front, like, as far as Dylan Raiola goes, a bit of a mobile guy, right? Could get out and make a few things happen on the ground. Nothing too crazy. I mean, it's ain't Lamar Jackson out here, so it's not like that. And I trust our guys to be able to, kind of haul him down if we have to. But outside, want to look for Ja'Cory Barney, want to look for Naziah Hunter, and I really like the tight end, man. Lindenmeyer. Very nice tight end piece.
Yeah.
Nebraska usually has a nice little tight end there. They've had a nice tight end for the last few years. That Matt Rule has been out there. So yeah, these are guys that they're fairly explosive guys. They have good speed, 100%.
We just don't know. We don't know what they're so inconsistent. We have no idea what Nebraska team's going to show up today, Preston. Right?
Yeah. They got some nice speed. I got a lot of faith, and I'll be happy. One thing I can be very positive on, that I was hard on this group, throughout the first few weeks of the season is the DBs, man. I think the DBs showed a lot of good stuff in the last 2 games that we played. The Michigan game and the Notre Dame game. You talked about, viewing DeCarlos Nicholson live at the Coliseum during that game, and how impressed you were with him in that game. I thought Marcellus and him did very well in the Notre Dame game, even though they weren't challenged too much. when they were challenged, they were able to make some plays. They were able to, avoid penalties, avoid getting too handsy out there, as defensive backs, and they were able to get some stops. I think they just kind of have to, in a game like this, where you have a Nebraska team that wants to run the ball, they're going to have to kind of avoid those wide receivers blocking them downfield, man. They're going to have to get off those blocks. And if they're running the ball, you got to get off that block. You got to try to make a play on the ball instead of getting pushed 35 yards downfield and, a guy, getting a big explosive run. Because I think the guy, Emmett Johnson, I did not write down, but he's up there nationally when it comes to explosive runs. So that is something that kills us. Would have to be very cognizant of in this game. And USC, man, I mean, giving up 136 yards on the ground right now, giving up 4.1 yards per carry right now. So that's going to be the key against this Nebraska offense. As far as the Nebraska defense, nothing to. What's funny with these guys is they can't stop the run either. No. So that is the positive in this, right? Nebraska struggles stopping the run, right? They are allowing 168 yards a game on the ground and 5.1 yards per carry on the ground. So I love King Miller. I think he's happy with the way he's played. Kind of came out of nowhere. The only person I heard speak of King Miller was B Jones from Like the Torch podcast coming into the season. I had no idea who King Miller was coming into the season other than that. And King Miller has come in, been very consistent. Obviously, he's going up against Notre Dame, struggled in that game. I would like to see B-Jack. Yes, Daniel in the chat just said it. I got to see more B-Jack today. I think B-Jack kind of gets a bad rap at times for just being like this big old bruiser. And I think B-Jack is like more of a multiple type of running back, bro. I think he can bring both things to the table. You know what I'm saying?
I like his hands too out of the backfield.
I think he has good speed. I think he's bigger around that 230-pound mark, so definitely good in between the tackles. But definitely want to see more from him. I would have liked to see more from him in that Notre Dame game. I know he was coming off the turf toe situation, but I think by now he should be 100% full healthy, ready to go. And I think, not putting that heavy of a load on King. Maybe even go with starting B-Jack since he has a little bit more experience. I don't know. I'm not making that decision. I don't have a problem with either back. I love both these guys, but I want to see a more even split between those two backs. I think that would be beneficial towards keeping the balance of the offense because we know, man.
I read we might see Harry Dalton as well.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
Harry Dalton's out there as well as
Riley.
Our boy from Texas, Riley Wormley is out there as well. So who knows what you're gonna see, right? Like there's options, but I think we don't gotta get this smash a guy and get him 35 carries, man. Let's utilize some stuff. Riley Wormley is an absolute speedster. I don't think we've seen him at all this season.
No, at all.
Yeah,
he was hurt his senior year in high school, so people really don't know what we're getting with him. But you know what? I've watched a lot of tape on him when he was in his younger years. And he's a dynamic runner, man. He's a great kid. But I want to say something really quickly before we move on about our defensive line. This is the game right here, fellas, where one of these young men needs to step up and become the leader of that defensive line. I don't care who it is, but somebody. We've gone a whole year without having a really true leader on the field to be able to manage things and maintain things. If you look at successful Super Bowl teams throughout the year, 85 Bears, you had Richard Dent, Dan Hampton in the middle. You had Singletary at linebacker. You had Gary Fensick over in the secondary. There's leaders in each area, and that we're lacking that one leader. So that's what I want to get out of this Nebraska game. I'm getting fired up now. Let's go.
Hey, and that's what I've been saying. You're saying it. Like at the end of the day, leaders lead, bro. Big time players make big time plays in big time games. Leaders lead. They don't have to. They'll say, "Oh, is it time for me to lead? Can I speak to the team? Can I get people fired up?" They just do, and we've seen that from some people. But like, hey, this is big time tonight, baby. I'm fired up. We're gonna get after it today. So continuing with the defense here, Nebraska's gonna Dude, they're gonna have a few different types of fronts as well, right? Obviously, haven't stopped the run. They don't really get to the quarterback that well either. Only 12 sacks on the season. Seems like Elijah Page is gonna be back in there at the left tackle spot.
The big unit.
I think it's about time. I think it's about time. I think it will be beneficial in today's game to have him in there at the left tackle, even though the offensive line has been fairly consistent. But I also think they're coming off of their worst outing of the season a couple weeks ago at Nebraska. So who knows who we see trot out there? You know, who knows? I think we know who's going to be at the center spot because Killian O'Connor's still dealing with that injury. But there may be, you know, some swap ups in the guard tackle spots. You know how those guys kind of flip around, especially if Elijah Page is back in there at the left tackle. As far as Nebraska on defense, this also speaks to their lack and inability to stop the run. 3 of their top 4 tacklers are defensive backs. So that says it all, man. Right? If 3 of your top 4 tacklers are defensive backs, that these guys are getting to the second level. Guys are getting through that line of scrimmage, and they're doing it, man. So the balance, if we could be balanced on offense, this is probably the deadliest offense in the entire country.
No doubt, Preston. No doubt.
Riley leading it, right? So that's what we got to do, especially on the road. We're gonna have to get in there, start fast, and kind of silence, neutralize the crowd, man. They're gonna be fired up. They're doing everything. They got a blackout, man. That's why I'm wearing all white today. My boy Polly's wearing black, but I don't really know.
Man. You know what, man? I didn't even. Oh, come on, you're killing me.
I
gotta take this off.
No.
You know what, man? It doesn't matter. You know what? This is not your daddy's Cornhuskers. Tommy Frazier is not walking through those doors, folks. Scott Frost isn't walking through. We need to just go in and just dominate this game. And I really want to see that from these guys today. I want to see a really physical game. I want us to come out and really I'm so sick of people, just the negative stuff. I want to at least enjoy. I want to enjoy a really good physical game. You know, maybe we win by 2 touchdowns. I think, the secondary, they're ranked as far as pass defense? They're like,
I don't know what they're ranked. I don't know what they're ranked as far as, to be honest, I'm not that high on their pass defense. I watched them play against Northwestern. I watched them play against Michigan. I'm not that high on Nebraska's pass defense at all, especially with what we got going in front of them with Jacoby Lane and Mekhi Lemon and our tight end play. Like, I'm really not. And the route trees that Lincoln Riley and Coach Simmons have us doing, like, I think we're going to win that matchup easily. And I think we also have better DBs than they have in general. Obviously,
what about our tight ends? You think they're going to do? They'll probably play a big role.
Absolutely, yeah. That's part of the weapons that we have to utilize in his offense, man. Andrew Marshall is, I guess, their best DB. He's got 20 tackles on the season, 1 pass defense. They got solid linebacker play, but nothing really, like, they're not even that big as a defensive front when I really look at them.
No.
Like, they're not that stout, like, big guys out there. And I think that's why they've struggled with stopping the run. You talked about our size on the front sometimes. I think that's exactly why they've struggled with stopping the run against the quarterback with only 12 sacks in the season. But yeah, man. I mean, our defensive backs are number 21 in the country PFF when it comes to coverage grade, which is big time. I mean, that's a lot better than people would probably predict, and we're obviously not that well when it comes to run defense. But how I feel is like that's gonna be what it comes down to, man. Whoever can kind of stop the whatever team on the ground is the team that's gonna win, man. And that's what it's been. Yeah, Sierra Wright.
You're right. I Sierra Wright. He had a couple picks against us last year. But last thing I want to say about Raiola is to think that just to see. I remember Lincoln was so fired up when and rumor had it was Raiola that got him like that because he came in and he didn't want to compete with Nelson or Miller. Like, if you don't want to come in here and compete, then USC is not the place for you. And next thing you know, he ends up somewhere else, bro. So can you imagine if we would have ended up with this guy? Forget about it. Yeah.
Hey man, they're saying this guy was a generational talent coming out of high school. Hasn't really lived up to that, but I don't
Oh yeah.
know. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll see what happens today, man. I hope everybody has kinda see every team, compete, man. Tonight it's gonna be a fantastic atmosphere. But hey, I just want to say one thing, bro. Just because you put on black and paint your field black, it doesn't mean you're hard, bro. It doesn't mean you're tough
No,
because you put on some black, bro. You
no.
can put on whatever color. You're not hard and tough just because you throw some black on. Like you're not scaring nobody. You're not intimidating nobody. Like it's beat the corn, bro. I see it going down.
Dude, do
So
they have a? I don't even think they have a mall there, dude, or at all, man. But
we're gonna
you
get
know,
into it. We gonna
it,
get into Nebraska versus Los Angeles very soon. But
yeah, yeah. I can't wait to get to that
let's
part of the game.
let's
Oh my god.
let's talk about some impact players for today's game.
Yeah. Oh wow. Look at yours.
Yeah, me personally, bro,
Yeah.
I got Jacoby. Obviously coming back off the injury. I think he looked real good in the Notre Dame game. Made some big time plays. Start off a little slow. We did definitely start off a little slow, but got it going later on in that game. And I think he's gonna have one today. And B Jack, man. I think B Jack is gonna carry a big load today on the ground and probably have his best game of the season thus far. So those are my guys coming into this one.
And my two, Mr. Hollywood over here dating a famous
Yes,
Hollywood starlet over here, Walker Lyons. That guy, you know what? I've always been a big fan of his, just for what he did his first year when he came in. I mean, honestly, the kid's a great kid, runs amazing routes. I think he's going to play a big role. It can either be him or late. One of them is going to have a big game. But Bishop, for some reason, either him or Kamari, somebody in that secondary needs to make a big play on Raiola, and that's what we need. We need that kind of that magic we had last year with those big picks at that time, right when they were needed. Remember, Kamari would grab one, or somebody would make a big play, and I look for Bishop to do that today.
Yeah, man. Guys, games like today, like guys got to make plays, bro. The time we running out of time, brothers. We got about 3-4 weeks left. Like we got to get these resumes right. You know what I'm saying? Like people are putting awards lists together, man. They're getting college football playoff things together. Like, hey, show us who you are. We believe in you. Got high expectations, man. I got high expectations for this team.
Oh,
this is me right now, bro. This is me right now. I'm about to cook. Do you want to see me cook?
Oh, bro.
I'm above the cauldron right now with a 5-2 USC team. If USC team loses tonight, bro, I am cooked, bro. I'm going into the cauldron, and I don't want to do this, bro. So please, come on, guys. Please, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I picked him to go 10-2 as well. So
yeah, okay. Well, it's not just me. Let me do this. This is really the matchup we got going, right? USC has really taken care of business for the most part. I remember that 2006, 2007 games. Those are the ones that really came out on the most. Obviously, last game was big time. That was our boy Jaden, his first game, right? His first game as a starter, came out and had a good performance against them at home. So we gonna see, man. We gonna see how things roll out. But this is what I want to say here, man. Wow. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, right? The game is tonight. There's a lot of recruits, being paraded around Lincoln, Nebraska. There's a lot of lies being told, right? People are telling people, hey, this is where you want to go to. This is where you should play football. This is where you should, come go to school. This is where you want to live after college. This is an excellent place. And we're going to break down the realness for you right now, bro. When it comes to Nebraska.
Oh,
you really have USC on one side and Nebraska on one side is a college football, opportunity and a place to go to college, right? Now, I'm going to say this right now, and then I'm going to let Paul, kind of you give your opinion on this, bro. Nebraska in general, right? And we got Warren Buffett, right? The billionaire Warren Buffett. It was just a billionaire. He's going to fund stuff. He funds the Henry Dorley Zoo. That's in Omaha, bro. That's miles. That's hours away, though. But that is one of the biggest attractions is the zoo. You feel me? Then you got Omaha Steaks, which, bro, let's be honest, bro. You could get a better steak at 1,000 places in Los Angeles, 1,000 places in any big type of city.
Outside of the Coliseum, one of those wrapped hot dogs.
Exactly. Probably a better meal there. And then they got these things called runzas, which are like meat, cheese filled, like hot pockets. Like, I don't even know why anybody would spend their hard earned money on a meal like this. Like, I hope they're not charging more than $3 for something like this at a restaurant. If they are, it's highway robbery. But other than that, man, you just got cornfields. You got, tumbleweeds. And really nothing to do, brother. There ain't no baddies out there. There ain't nothing fun going on. And you're not gonna get a better education at University of Nebraska than you are at the University of Southern California. Definitely got no beaches, no professional sports. So it's like, what are we doing, bro? Like, I know they're parading you around. They're giving you probably a nice breakfast right now. They come to Nebraska. Matt Rule is fired up doing push-ups. I know he's trying to get in shape and stuff like that. Matt Rule he's trying to get out of there, bro. He's trying to get to Penn State, bro. Don't listen to nothing.
Hey, Preston, really quickly.
Yeah.
What basketball team do they root for growing up there?
Oklahoma, I guess, right? Is it Oklahoma? They probably go Nebraska or Milwaukee. Maybe Milwaukee. I think they root for like the Bucks or something. Milwaukee. Yeah, like I don't really get it, bro. But don't be fooled. Go ahead, Paulie. What you got?
When it comes to Nebraska, the only thing that is I could say anything positive about Nebraska is the women's volleyball team. Maybe they've had a dominant run.
That's true.
But then you look at their basketball program. It's been it's pretty sad when the greatest thing to come out of Nebraska is Tyronn Lue and Eric Piakowski, the Polish pistol. But then when I look at this picture you got here, I thought I was looking at Bakersfield, California over here.
Yeah, don't disrespect Bakersfield like that now.
I know.
Disrespect Bakersfield, man.
Honestly, man, I would not live here. I would not, I don't know, raise a family or anything. I would die of boredom here, man. To be honest.
I know, bro. And I gotta think about it, like. Usually, like that's what they be saying. Like, oh, when you go to college, man, think about where you want to live, where you want to retire after you finish working and stuff like that. You really want to like live in Lincoln or Omaha, Nebraska, bro. Like that's probably one of the last places on anybody's list in America, bro.
No,
I'd rather go to Tuscaloosa, to be honest with you.
I would rather go to Lancaster,
Ohio,
California.
Oh, yeah. All right, so hey, man, we don't get to LA,
That's
bro.
Funny.
This is really what we got here, bro.
You had to put
LA, bro. You talk about business, man. You talk about billionaires, bro. You got Magic Johnson, bro. You may catch him, out at Beverly Hills doing his early morning run. You could go out to Malibu, man. Get yourself a nice breakfast, man. I was just out there a few weeks ago. Got myself a nice breakfast, bro. Look into the ocean. You got killer whales and dolphins. Beautiful birds of prey out there flying around. You got, people surfing and stuff like that. Good vibes. Then you're surrounded by greatness, bro. Y'all can have your opinions on this, but, LeBron James, Luka Doncic for the Lakers. You got Ohtani for the Dodgers, man. The Dodgers probably going to win a World Series tonight. You know what I'm saying? So you're surrounded by greatness, bro. If you want to be great, you got to be surrounded by greatness. Now, instead of eating those nasty runza, meat and cheese hot pockets, man, go to In-N-Out, right? In-N-Out, probably one of the most fantastic, burgers, fast food burgers in the entire country, right? So go to In-N-Out instead of that runza stuff. You want to get a nice steak? There's a million places to go in In-N-Out.
Fleming.
Go to Nobu, but my guy here, he's a big time Fleming's guy. So go to Fleming's. If you anywhere, Prime 112. I don't know if they got Prime 112 out of LA. I'm not sure, but you could get 1,000 steaks out there that are supreme, man. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't hate on that. And then the baddies, man. You're not going to see nothing like this in Nebraska, man. Sydney Sweeney, man, just walking up the street, man. You got Victoria Villarreal, man. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like the women in California, bro. Nothing like that in Omaha.
Not even close.
So don't. Yo, B. Jones, what you talking about, bro? Like, what you want? Should I put Kobe on here, bro?
Honestly, I'm with B. Jones on this one, man. Because you know what? I'll tell you what, folks. Look at this tattoo right here. Magic Johnson signed my arm, and I got it tattooed on. 6'9", 220 out of East Lansing, Michigan. The greatest player Him and Larry Bird are 1 and 2 in my opinion of all time. Anyway,
bro, I'm not getting into a basketball conversation, bro. I'm just talking about greatness. Feel me? Most points scored all time NBA history. Most points scored all time in NBA history. So like that's why I just put like the guy up there. You know what I'm saying?
And, then we got this Dodger over here batting 250 in the World Series. That's
I forgot. Yeah, pause Yankees guy. I'm not a baseball guy, but like the Dodgers are in LA, so Ohtani is pretty.
I agree with you on everything else, man. It's the most amazing place in the world, bro. That and New York City are the 2 best, hands down.
Yeah. So kids out here on the visit, man, don't let these recruiting guys lie to you about Nebraska, bro. Just right out. Have a good trip in Nebraska. Like just go to the game because that's the only thing that's going on in the whole state right now. So after that, just fly back to LA, fly back to Florida, wherever you're from. Then sign on dotted line at USC, become a Trojan next year. So yeah, let's talk about something else, man. A lot of people, you know, we talk about sports, when we talk about, you know, guys that we look up to, broadcasters. You know, things we like to imitate, things we like to become and, you know, look up to. Everybody has, you know, somebody that inspires them, you know, somebody that, you know, kind of sparks an interest in doing, you know, what they want to do. But here you have something very strange, man. When you talk about Dylan Raiola, bro. Have you ever seen somebody mimic somebody else like Dylan Raiola when it comes to Patrick Mahomes? Because I've never seen it, bro.
I don't think I've ever seen that. No. I mean, wow. Everything. They're carbon copies of each other. Look at them.
Yeah, like everything from like the pre-game rituals to the type of shades to the mannerisms on the field. He does a little thing where it's like, hey, like you know what I'm saying? Like the little throws, he's trying to go sidearm, the body movements and stuff like that. I think Patrick Mahomes gained like 12 pounds in the offseason, bro. Dylan Raiola went and gained another 12 pounds just to get, you know, have the exact body composition as Patrick Mahomes. And it's just kind of trippy to me, bro. So I kind of looked this up. But echophaxia is an involuntary form of imitation that could be a symptom of underlying health and a neurological condition, man. And it says like similar to autism, schizophrenia, catatonia. Conversely, it's imitation for social learning is a healthy behavior, while imposter syndrome is a feeling of feeling inadequate and not a formal diagnosis. So here's the thing, right? How do you think Patrick Mahomes feels about this? Because Dylan Raiola is not technically the greatest quarterback in the country right now when it comes to college football, man. Do you think he likes being imitated like this by this kid?
I don't know. I don't even think he even pays attention to him, but for the
he
most
definitely
part,
knows this is going on because they've met, you know, he's been at the Chiefs facility and stuff like that. It's kind of weird, bro.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. Yeah, you know, I don't know if it bothers him or not, but I mean, it's a little scary to be honest with you, man. They're everything, even the way they run out and kind of bounce up and down, the way they do, the way they throw interceptions sometimes. Yeah, they're just like, carbon copies of each other.
I think it's rubbing off, man, because the Chiefs are like struggling now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually messed up because Mahomes was balling. Yeah. Dylan Raiola starts this. It's like some voodoo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a voodoo doll, bro. Now the Chiefs are struggling. Mahomes is throwing interceptions. You know what I'm saying? And the Chiefs' queendom is not like where it once was. So it's kind of
man, that's hilarious. They do look quiet. They look alike, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah, this is true. Kobe did copy MJ, but it wasn't that bad. But you know, I'm not gonna get into it like that. But we gonna get it is cringe, right? I agree. It is a little cringe.
Definitely cringeworthy.
So here's what we're looking, man. These are the numbers. We both went 3 and 4. I had to like redo it because I lost the paper, but this is like not even from last week because we missed a show last week. It's from the previous week. You got me in that Vandy game, and then you got me in the Bama game as well. But we both went 3 and 4. And these are the games that we got today.
Oh wow, bro. Oh my God.
It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got 10 games here, bro. We got 10 games here. So let me get my pen. Let me get my pen down, bro.
Let's go. I'm ready, man.
We're gonna do our prediction on the score when we get to the USC game.
I'm gonna write these down too.
But OU Tennessee. I don't know what's good with Mateer, bro. Mateer looks like a completely different player right now. Like it is a strange thing that's going down. Roy, Mr. Benuelos in the chat, man. Let's get it, man. Michael balling tonight against Nebraska on that O-line. Oklahoma, Tennessee. I got Tennessee in this first matchup, bro. What you got?
I think
Aguilar.
you know what? I'm gonna go with Tennessee as well.
Tennessee.
I don't know. Every time I pick them, they lose, but
I
think Oklahoma's on trending downward, man, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Tennessee was winning for me, and they started losing for me as well. Penn State, Ohio State. This is the easy one. I gotta go Ohio State, man. I don't know what's going on with Penn State, man, but God bless.
Remember I told you that before the year started.
Yeah,
you just can't never count on that team for some reason.
I didn't know it was gonna get this bad though. I didn't know our boy Franklin was gonna be out of there.
Man, yeah, and then these are some tough games to pick.
Yeah. Hey, Miami, SMU. Hey, fun fact. SMU has about 4 players that transferred over from Miami, man. SMU has some talent.
They're at home, right?
At SMU, yes. I have SMU winning this game against Miami. I think Miami takes their second loss. They're not confident, brother. There's something going on. I'm close to the program. I feel it. I think SMU goes down. I think Miami goes down today.
I'm waiting for that traditional. Every year that crystal ball, loses that one game that just like blows the season for him.
Well, that already happened too.
I'm going with the Pony Express, man. Back in the days, bring back the glory days of Eric Dickerson and Craig James. Yeah, Let's do it. I'm picking SMU.
That was a great documentary. That was a great 30-30.
Oh, I love it, man.
Oh, hey, man. I think I learned my lesson. Vandy in Texas. I'm going with Vandy. I'm going with my Ava. I mean, not my Ava. I'm going with Pavia. You feel me? Pavia, Vanderbilt, man. I got Vanderbilt being Texas, man. I am not losing to Vanderbilt again. I don't know. Hopefully, this doesn't mean that Vanderbilt's going to lose today. But
I'm definitely
Vandy.
You already know
Vandy.
Yeah, you might as well just write that down. Let me write mine down too.
Yeah.
I've been following I've been picking Vandy all year. Remember, I told you they're going to win the SEC title, man.
That's actually crazy. That actually might happen. Indy and Maryland. I gotta go Indiana, man. There's somebody that comments on my channel, bro. He told me Indiana was gonna be real this year. And I said there's no way. I told him Indiana was gonna lose to Penn State. I told him Indiana was gonna lose to Oregon, bro. And Indiana is undefeated, the number 2 team in the entire country, bro. I cannot believe it. Signetti is doing work right now. I'm in shock, man. I got Indiana easily against Maryland.
It's at Maryland. I have no faith in Loxley as a coach. Their quarterback is decent, but you know what, man? I'm going to save my upset for one of these other games. I'm going to go with Indiana.
Okay.
Just to watch Signetti yell at his players when they're up by 50 and still cussing them out on the sidelines.
Yeah, it's different, man. It's different. Georgia, Florida. I got my boy Kirby Smart in Georgia beating Florida.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing.
Okay. Now we got Texas Tech and Kansas State.
These games are the worst.
Texas Tech is balling, man. They're looking like they really might be the Big 12 champion, but I'm hearing that Kansas State is surging a bit, but I like Texas Tech on the defensive side of the ball, particularly, bro. They got some ballers on the defensive side of the ball. I'm going to Texas Tech with this.
And you know what? Just to change things up a bit, I'll go with the most out of shape quarterback I've ever seen. Let's go with Kansas State.
Kansas State. Are you sure you want to do that now?
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what's at stake.
It's all right, man. I'm going to come back.
Okay.
The last couple weeks of the season.
Yeah, USC let us both.
Oh yeah, we know that one there.
2 losses. All right, so USC, Nebraska, man. I got the Trojans. I got USC winning this game 34-21 in Nebraska.
Yeah.
And yeah, man.
Of course, I got SC as well. I got us winning by 2 touchdowns.
Similar to me. USC beats Nebraska and Nebraska. Georgia Tech, NC State. I got Haynes King, man. Haynes King really might be him and Pavia are my Heisman favorites at this point. I mean, him, Pavia, and my guy at Texas A&M. Those are top 3 Heisman candidates for me right now. And Haynes King is unstoppable, bro. He's looking like Tim Tebow, to be honest with you. So
Yeah.
I got Georgia Tech.
His legend keeps growing. You know, I've been picking Georgia Tech all year.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to continue doing that, so I'm sticking with Georgia Tech.
Yeah. Yes, Sirski. And Cincinnati and Utah. To be honest, it's a toss-up. I didn't even know Cincinnati was the number 17 team right now.
What the heck is going on there?
I did not peep that. I'm going Utah just cause, bro. Like I don't really know what's going on. I've watched Utah a lot more. I did watch Cincinnati early in the year against Nebraska, but I've also watched Utah, and I think Utah. I like that quarterback they got over there, so I'm gonna go Utah on that one.
Man, Utah puts me to sleep when I watch those games. I'm not lying to you. I'm dozing the whole time. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
You going Cincy?
Yeah, right, definitely. Right. Every time I pick against them, they always win. So let me try something different.
All right, man. Well, that's what we got in here. What's in the chat, bro? Well coached team.
Who we got? Thank you so much to everybody. Raul, our friend Jeremy Dirks. We got a lot of people. Trojan Dale over here. Man, honoring us today with his presence. I love that, man. Thank you.
Yo, massive. I don't even know Oxta. Yo, you want to come in the chat, bro? Do you want to come in the chat and talk about these things? I can put the link in the chat. You want to click the link, you come in here and talk about. You come in here and talk about Lincoln's bad play calling down the stretch. You talk about him going for it in the red zone on 4th down instead of getting the points, and not allowing for the quarterback to sneak. If you want, let me put the link in here real quick. I'll give you a little bit of time. You could come in here and you could speak on all your issues with Lincoln Riley, bro.
Yeah.
Give you a couple minutes, bro.
Sure.
If you want to, come on in here, brother. You could speak. Just turn your camera on and you could speak and say exactly what you want to say, bro.
Yeah. Educate us on this play calling here.
Yeah, man. Let's see. I would love to hear your points on here, bro. Yeah, man. Shouts out to everybody that came through this morning.
Thank you so much.
I had to cancel last week because I got some family stuff going on, so had to handle some stuff. I don't ever want to get on here with low energy, with bad energy. In front of the camera and kind of speak on stuff. So
I know
I had to.
We woke up with bad allergies today too, man.
You woke up with bad allergies. I was drinking alcohol last night.
Hey, what was your costume, by the way?
Bro, my costume was it was Kanye West, bro. I wore a very controversial shirt, and yeah, bro, I just keep it at that. You feel me? Yeah,
that is hilarious.
That was my costume. And I'm happy I'm able to get out of I was supposed to go to the Halloween show tonight, but I didn't wear no MAGA hat. I didn't wear a MAGA hat, bro. I wore a t-shirt that says Blank Lives Matter, bro.
I don't think this guy's gonna jump in, man, but
that's all right, bro.
He's always welcome.
Yeah. Everybody's welcome. Hey, man, shouts out to everybody that came through, man. Hopefully boys are able to get it done today. As always, you can find me, man. Preston's Paradise on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We're getting after it, man. Go follow my man Paulie Walnuts at
Calling the Shots podcast with Paulie Walnuts on YouTube. You guys have been great. I'm so blessed, man. Thank you for subscribing and showing some love. Truly do appreciate it. And always tuning in the morning. I know it's early, but man, people are up doing their thing, man. They come in and tune in. So I love it, man. Thank you guys.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to y'all, man. You guys are the best, y'all. Motivate us to come out here and do the show, man. And let's get a victory, baby. I hope everybody's fired up for the night. Big time showdown in Lincoln, Nebraska, man. They're gonna wear this black, and they got this blackout going on. It's everybody's Super Bowl, man. But as always, it's beat the corn, man. Fight on, everybody. Have a good one.
Fight on, guys, man. Thank you. Preston. Wow.